So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. Now in today's video guys, we do have some tactics, one of the best attacking formations in FC24, this being the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Now just before we get into the video guys, I wouldn't usually ask, but I would appreciate it if you could drop it a thumbs up, as it does really help me out, especially with the algorithm at the moment. But yeah, that is everything guys, let's get right into the video and I hope you enjoy. If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com, their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. Alright then guys, so starting off with the custom tactics. For the defensive style, I have this on balanced, gives me the best control over my defense. So when I want to be aggressive and press, I can do that, and then when I want to drop back, be a little bit more passive, I can also do that. So I prefer to have the control, but you guys can use pressure tactics if you like. Moving on to the defensive width guys, because of the update and they've reduced a bit of the congestion in the middle of the pitch, I think it's more important to have a lower defensive width to make up for the fact that there is no longer that congestion all the time. So I think it's important to lower that width to make your defensive line more compact and stop your opponent being able to just run right through the middle of you, and then when you want to cover the wing, you can do that manually with a player to prevent those cutbacks. For the depth guys, before the update I was using 71 because it was an absolute must, but with the nerf to like the congestion and the pressure, I don't feel like it's an absolute must. You guys can still use it if you want to get like the automatic press and that, but it's not as strong as it was. So I use something like 60, which is a bit more comfortable for me, just something I prefer, but again, you can use 71 depth if you like. Moving on to the build-up play guys, I have this on balance, gives me the best control over my build-up, so when I want to play slow I can, and then if I want to speed up and play a bit faster, I can also do that. So it allows me to do what I want when I want, essentially. Now for chance creation guys, I have been experimenting with balance with a lot of formations, but with this one I still prefer direct passing. Just feels to be a lot more direct, as you'd probably suspect by the name, but direct passing is definitely the most meta option because it's the only thing which will actually allow you to break down that park the bus defense, because when your opponent is camped behind the ball with all of his players back, basically direct passing will make your players commit on these runs, and then when your opponent's defenders follow that run, your player will then track back so you can cut back to them. So it's the most meta option, even though it is a little boring. For the width guys, because this is a more narrow formation, I do really like having a width of 30. It allows me to play lots of short little intricate passes, which is one of the best things about this formation, with all the little diamonds of play you can make. Before the update, obviously I'd have the width a lot higher because you literally had to go down the wing, but now you can go through the middle if you want, which is what I like to do. Now for the players in the box guys, I have this on 6. This is a preference thing, but I prefer to have it on 6, so I can get quite a few players into the box, but I don't overcommit everybody. Corners and free kicks is also a preference thing. I just have these both on 1. You can do what you want with that. Sorry to interrupt the video guys, but I have noticed around 90% of you that watch the videos are not subscribed to the channel, so if you are enjoying the content or finding it helpful, please consider adding that subscription, as it does help me out massively. Also don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. And with all that aside guys, I hope you enjoy. Let's continue. Moving on to the player instructions guys, on the left striker I have them on stay central and getting behind. Stay central so they obviously stay in the central areas, so they're in the best positions to finish off most of your chances. In some formations where it's like a one striker, I do prefer like a balanced width, but on this one stay central works really well. On one of your strikers as well, getting behind is really useful, so you can always look to get in behind those high defensive lines that people use. But yeah, for the right striker I have them on stay central for the same reason as the left striker, and I also have them on mixed attack. So on the player that is more technical, so as you can see in my case Butragueño, because he's a bit more technical, we can have him on the mixed attack, so sometimes he can come short, allow creation of build up, and then support the other striker, if you get what I'm saying. So gives you a bit more of a mixed variety. Moving on to the cam guys, I have them on get into the box across. This is the only setting I like to put on the cam so they don't get scared to commit into the penalty box, because a lot of the time if you have them on balance crossing runs, this cam might just hang back too much, and then like if there's a rebound opportunity, they're just not there to finish it. So get into the box across, really useful in my opinion. For the right centre mid guys, I use a more attacking minded player here, so I actually use Griezmann. Somebody with a high work rate and good attacking stats is perfect for this. So on this player I have get into the box across, and and that is basically it. So get into the box cross so they're not obviously hesitant to get into the penalty area since they are an attacker. For the CDM guys, my more defensive minded player, stay back while attacking, cut passing lanes and cover centre. The most defensive options you can use really. Not too much to say about that. For the left centre mid guys, I use a more box to box style midfielder. So on this player I leave them on the complete default settings and then cover centre. The default settings because they are a more box to box, so we don't just want to restrict them to defending all the time, and then cover centre so they primarily cover those central areas. Now for one of the fullbacks guys, balanced overlap is really good because this is a narrow formation and sometimes you need to get that wider angle to help stretch out your opponent's defence. Now this is really useful because if all of your players are in narrow positions, it means your defensive, like the defensive line of the opponent can be a lot like that. But the moment you have a fullback that is overlapping, let's say down there, the opponent's defensive line goes like this to this. Do you know what I mean? They have to like stretch it out, so it gives more space for your narrow players to attack. So don't underestimate the fullback that overlaps, guys. But the other ones, stay back while attacking and overlap, so you always have at least 3 defenders back at a time. But when you send them on the run forward, they'll make the overlapping runs. For the 2 centre-backs, guys, I leave them alone, and the keeper I also leave alone, but you can do comes crosses and sweeper keeper if you would like. But yeah, guys, that is it for the video. If you have enjoyed or found this useful, please be sure to drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on notifications. And with all that aside, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.